Welcome everyone to another edition of Hardcore Wrestling Rants. I am your hardcore host Rick Head, and tonight we will be giving our picks and predictions for all this Sunday's All In. But first, let me introduce the hardcore crew. From over at Lance Moss TV, he's the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, what's going on?
Oh, not too much. Little bit in shock, but let's have some fun.
Yes, we're gonna get to that. We have some sad news. Joseph, are you with us?
Absolutely.
Okay, he's from the Skeldon Realms, Joe. Again, we just talking right before the show. We heard some really horrible news. Mick Foley released on social media that longtime friend and wrestling legend Terry Funk passed away at the age of 79. And guys, we were really gonna just jump right into that All In, but we got to talk about Terry Funk. Joe. This guy was the absolute definition of hardcore. You couldn't get, even before Mick Foley, when you thought of hardcore, you thought of Terry Funk.
You know what's crazy about it? When I first saw Terry Funk, this was like his first run in the WWF, not WWE, WWF. And it was a Saturday night's main event, and he was getting a title shot at Hulk Hogan. And I just love Terry. I love the character. I love the way he did things. I think he was the man. He got in there, and it was Terry Funk. And then going through the years and seeing him and seeing how he transcended from the guy who was the NWA heavyweight champion, and he went to become actually, the hardcore legend in Japan and other places. It hits me harder because I think, you grow up watching these guys, and that's one of the things that really, shocks the hell out of me, because you look at these people and it's like, they're human beings. They can, they'll go on and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, boom, Terry Funk is, like gone. The wrestling world is slowly losing the greats, and to me, I know wrestling is going to die, and you picture, and again, it's hard for me to say that. Like I said, I'm always putting down the current talent. Yes, the current talent sucks, but Terry was such a legend. Rick, can you imagine the impact? It's one thing. Terry Funk is gone. Such a legend is gone. Now, can you imagine when, God forbid, Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair passes? Wrestling is not going to be the same. And look what we got. We've got freaking Roman Reigns. Ooh, like, oh yeah, that's gonna put butts in seats and the Usos and all that. No, fuck that. Jesus. I wish I had a Ouija board so I could tune into heaven and look at all these dream matches.
Yeah, Lance, again, Terry Funk, huge legend, and he's joined by so many other wrestlers that we've lost over the past few years, just all-time greats.
Yeah, I mean, just look at his resume through the years. He had what, a 40 or 50-year career?
Something like that.
In the 70s, he alongside of his brother Dory Funk Jr. won the NWA World Title. I want to say Terry got it twice, if I'm not mistaken. And then in the 80s, well, let's not forget the legendary matches he had with Flair. Hell, he even had, and y'all can look this up and prove and just verify that. He had the first 5-star match, which was Jerry Lawler versus Terry Funk in the empty arena match in Memphis. And then, hell, he went over to Japan and had that legendary career there, moved over to ECW in the late 90s, and we just lost a massive legend.
Yeah, Funk again was one of those wrestlers that if there was one place where they said you can no longer wrestle, he's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go wrestle somewhere else." Even after New Japan Pro Wrestling, he came back to the States. I believe, and wrestled a couple of indies. I believe GCW. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lance. Was he over there once
I
or twice?
believe so. My GCW knowledge is not that good, but I think it's either GCW or CZW, one of the two.
Yeah.
I have the actual list. Let's go over. I'm going to go over real quick. I'm not going to tie up the show too much, but here is Terry Funk's championship credentials. He was the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. So that was extreme championship.
Yeah.
He was a one-time NWA, the original
Yeah.
NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He was a unified USWA World Heavyweight Champion from Memphis.
Yep.
He was a WWF World Tag Team Champion with Mick Foley. And then he was an ECW Television Champion. So that's that. And then the promotions he worked for. You ready for this? I'm going to try to say this all in one breath. All Japan Pro Wrestling, Eastern Championship Wrestling, International Wrestling Association of Japan, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, the United States Wrestling Association, USWA, WCW World Championship Wrestling, the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, the multiple national NWA territories, including Big Time Wrestling, Championship Wrestling from Florida, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Stampede Wrestling, and his father had run the Amarillo base with his brother Dory. So there it is, Terry Funk. What an incredible guy! He died at the age of 79. But and here's his ring names: Black Baron, Chainsaw Charlie, Doctor Know It All, and Terry Funk. He was 6'1", 247 pounds, legitimately from Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah, and I believe I remember watching not Dark Side of the Ring, Beyond the Mat, where
Yes.
they actually covered Terry Funk, saw some of his career, and he was actually a car salesman. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's kind of a switch. I don't know
Well,
if you
he
guys
did
remember that.
commercials. He did commercials for car places.
Yeah, so he did go on after his wrestling. Also became an actor. He did a couple of movies. Roadhouse. I don't know if you guys remember that. Patrick Swayze. He was in there. Um,
Absolutely.
he was also in Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
He did a couple of other little small spots. Don't quote me on it. Real quick, I want to say, evening, Terry. Thank you for joining us. And yes, rest in peace, Terry Funk. But again, a great legend has passed, and rest in peace, Terry. We all love you, and we thank you for everything that you've done in the wrestling industry. Let's move on. Of course, I didn't think I had the picture, and of course, I found it. So let's get on to our main topic. It is for tonight, this Sunday's All In. Wembley Stadium has over 80,000 people. And guys, I'm really looking forward to this one. This is a pay-per-view. I've been getting amped off for the several weeks. I realized I almost would have missed it because I was going away for the weekend. This is a side story. And I was going to be home like Sunday by 3. I didn't realize the pay-per-view starts at noon.
Yeah.
So that would have sucked. But all right, guys. We're going to have to go through this lineup. At 0 hour, it's going to be Aussie Open will take on MJF and Adam Cole for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Considering that MJF and Cole are having a match, for the main event for the title, the AEW Championship, I don't see these guys winning, Joe.
Oh, absolutely not. This is what I'm predicting. The match is going to be very one-sided for MJF and Adam Cole. And we all know MJF is more of a self-centered guy. And he would attack Adam Cole. And he wouldn't care about no Ring of Honor titles. He would care only about his title. But in this case, I'm going to say the reverse. Adam Cole it's going to cost them the match, and he's going to make MJF lose, which is going to blow everybody's mind because everybody's going to wait for MJF to turn on Cole. I think it's going to be the other way around,
Yeah.
just to psych him out so he can get, when they get to that main event, MJF's just going to be pissed off. I don't see a title change yet for MJF losing this belt. I think MJF is the best champion they've had so far, next to Chris Jericho. So I think that cash cow is going to keep going for a while, but you're going to see a hell of a match in the main event. But for this match, I see Aussie Open actually keep the titles.
Yeah, I agree. Lance, your thoughts?
Now, I don't see the turn during the buy-in. I see it more later in the night. But yeah, I see Aussie Open keeping it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on to the next match. This is going to be a fatal four-way women's match for the AEW Women's Championship. It's going to be Hikaru Shida, who will be taking on Britt Baker and two members of the Outcasts, Toni Storm and Saraya. Now that's going to be an interesting how we see Saraya and Toni Storm work out, because only one person can go home with the belt, guys. Now, personally, considering Hikaru Shida just won the title, I'm tending to think she's going to keep it. But definitely the fallout between the Outcast situation, that's probably going to be the bigger part of the story, Lance.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like you said, Hikaru Shida just got the belt, and main problem with Paige Saraya getting the belt, if they put it on her, they have to Scotch guard that son of a bitch.
Joe, over to you. Yeah, we got to make sure that if Saraya wins it, we don't have it creamed on. I look at this match and I agree. Hikaru Shida, who is my personal favorite, should not lose her belt this night. This should be her night to shine. Britt Baker has won the title, I think, enough times, and it's already popular. She only won it once, but still, I think when you look at the champions, Britt Baker stands out. So I think everybody's looking for a Britt Baker win. I want to see Hikaru Shida hold the belt and actually keep it. I can see there's a rift between Saraya and Toni Storm, because I can see if Toni Storm goes for the pin, Saraya is going to pull her off.
Yeah,
Saraya goes for the pin, and vice versa. Exactly. So I think that's going to be the downfall of those two, and it's going to end up with the other damaged Control member. Then I say damaged Control because all three of these bitches are damaged, and I don't mean Hikaru Shida or Britt Baker. I mean Saraya, Storm, and Ruby Soho. You know?
Well,
plus you might as well throw in Nyla Rose into this fucking mix of bag of nuts, because she's the only one bringing the nuts. So, well, I see Hikaru Shida moving forward.
Okay, before I get over to Terry's comments, there's also rumors that Britt Baker has been working hurt, which is why she's not been wrestling as much. But, obviously, this is All In, Wembley Stadium. A lot of people don't want to miss out on this. This is a huge opportunity, So, I'm going to move over to Terry real quick. Terry said, Shida posted a pics on her socials recently of her working out. Oh, good. Was she naked by any chance? That'd be a nice shot. But he also said that I want Shida to retain as well. So I think everybody's in agreement that Shida's the pick for the night. Moving on, we got to see Chris Jericho take on Will Ospreay. Now, I don't know if they actually face each other in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but this is definitely a first for them in AEW. Chris Jericho, last week was kind of weird. It looked like he was going to be like a baby face. It was like the way he was trying to tip his hat, and when they pulled off the picture of Don Callis with Jericho's head, that's where kind of like things went south, and next thing you know, Will Ospreay attacked Jericho. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is a coin toss for me. This could be one of those matches where I'm not sure who's going to win. So, Joe, do you have a pick for this match?
You know, first of all, let me address something that was posted in the YouTube chat room by Terry. He said he's surprised I didn't say anything about Saraya being all in. No, that it's usually the other way around when it comes to Saraya. It's usually something going in her. So let's put that on the table. Well, she's
all
been
holes
on
in.
the table. All holes filled. You know, I'm gonna have to say this, and it's probably gonna be probably Lance will probably get it. If you watched, you know, if you watch Jim Cornette's rants on kayfabe commentaries, you know, it's like I'm dating myself here. It's like Vanessa Del Rey saying, "My asshole wants to suck cock." That's Saraya with all holes. I want.
Jesus.
So let me go back to this match. You know, I'm gonna agree with you, Rick. This is a tough one for me. You know, both guys. You know, Jericho, a complete legend, he's been to New Japan, and they probably have met. I don't know, but this is one of those matches that, you know, I wouldn't be upset if either one won or lost, because I think both workers are incredible. Jericho's the most non-selfish individual in the business when he can put people over. He gets it, and I wish more legends and more people in the business today, will learn how to do that. So, but again, I just can't pick a winner here. This is a legit coin toss.
Yeah. Lance, over to you.
Okay, this is our first candidate for match of the night. Now, I'm just pulling this out of thin air. Ospreay.
All right, and you know what? I could see Jericho putting Ospreay over, but
Yeah.
again, I really want to see how this all match plays out. Not to mention Don
Exactly.
Callis is going to be at ringside, so that's also a factor. So
Exactly. I'm just saying 1, 2, the first name Ospreay.
yeah, exactly. So
If Jericho wins, I'll still be happy.
yeah, I think this quality of this match itself is going to definitely be like you said, Lance, a match of the night. Definitely a front runner.
Yeah.
And now we have the fake champion, CM Punk, will be taking on the Ring of Honor TV champion, Samoa Joe. These two have been going at it for several months, back and forth on Collision. And I think, honestly, guys, we talked about the show. I don't think this match is going to end here. I think, honestly, they're going to have a rematch next week at All Out. And I think that's going to be the biggest story, Lance.
Absolutely. And they'd be stupid to not have this main event All Out because they're in Chicago. It would help to draw money to in the Chicago match, in the Chicago event.
Absolutely. Joe, over to you. Real quick, CM Punk is yet to he calls himself the real world champ, which I think is bullshit. He has the title with his ex, but yet, you know what? He's yet to actually officially defend the title. So what's going on here with this guy?
This is just a prop. This is just to try to boost his ratings and try to boost ratings to Collision. You know, Collision is just the old NWA Superstation 605 with today's talent. Let's just say that. I better watch the Superstation from the NWA than watch that shit. Again, it's just a prop. He's not going to put it up. If you notice, no titles on the line here. These are just two guys.
Wait, I thought this was for the ROH.
No titles on the line.
No titles on the line.
So that's what I'm guessing. So my suggestion is, I think All Out is good. Like as I said, there's going to be a title on the line. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Joe's title is going to be put on the line. Yeah,
my title is probably more important than what Punk is carrying.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's what I predict. You know, I will say this match might go really well, but I can see Joe going over, and then at All Out in Chicago, the reverse happens. So, but Punk being the egomaniac that he is, he'd probably say, "I want to win both belts. I can't lose in London. You know,
Oh yeah.
I want to have a jolly good show, jolly good show. You know." So I see this. Uh, I actually see Punk go over on here, which is nobody really loses because both guys have their titles. But I would say if you're gonna put Punk over, make it be that Samoa Joe just literally has to beat the Punk has to like literally scrape the bottom of the barrel to keep fighting. Because Joe should be beating the hell out of him. Because
Yeah.
Joe is his junior. So Joe should be like beating from beginning to bell to the close to the end. This should be one-sided Joe the badass beating him up, Funk getting a couple hits in, and then that one lucky maybe go to sleep and then the anaconda vice and Joe passes out. That's how I would book that.
Well,
Like
honestly,
no
I'm gonna
giving
tell you,
up, no nothing.
I would go the other way, Joe. I think for All In, I would definitely book it where Joe gets a win, even if he cheats or whatever you want, and then CM Punk asks for a rematch for a title, and that's where he wins. You know, so I mean, like I said, I think the bigger picture for this particular match is definitely All Out. Um, and Lance, I wasn't sure if I got your pick between Joe or Punk for this match.
I honestly think this is going to end in a no contest. They're going to wind up beating the hell out of each other for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. And then they're just going to fight in the crowd to the point where the ref can't double count out, which leads to next week.
Interesting. That's
That's actually a good concept there.
Yep, absolutely. Let's move along. And the next is going to be a tag team match, and it's going to be Sting and Darby Allin. It will take on Swerve Strickland and AR Fox. AR Fox and Strickland has been pretty much up Darby Allin's ass for the past couple of weeks. Just been bugging the shit out of him, being an absolute menace. I think this will probably be the end of their story. So if you ask me, I'm guessing Sting and Darby will wind up getting the win on this one. Joe, your pick.
You know what? Definitely, I see Darby getting and Sting getting the win in this. That's Sting is a legend. He has been to England, so I see this one being one hell of a fight with Strickland and Fox really showing off their stuff. Like these are the next generation. They're gonna show off what they got. So this is gonna be good. I see Darby doing his normal crazy stuff and wowing the crowd over there. So is this? Let me backtrack a little bit, guys. Is this the first time AEW has been overseas, or is this just the first pay-per-view overseas?
That's a good question. Pretty sure. Oh, wow. You stumped me on that one. I'm pretty sure that they've done a couple overseas, but not a pay-per-view, and they certainly have not done one the size of Wembley Stadium. That's absolutely a positive.
Then here's again my prediction is always going to be the same. Then Sting and Darby, because you want to let the fans go home happy, and it's seeing Sting. You know, maybe I don't know if he's appeared on their house shows or anything over there, but to see Sting live, because last time I think they was there was in WCW, so to see this guy live and in a match still going, I think this is going to be one of those matches that you're going to be looking at it. It's going to go over for him, and fans are going to just go crazy and start throwing the tea bags and like, yay! Bloody good show. He won. You see that, Martha? He won.
All right, Lance, over to you.
I'm going to say Sting and Darby.
Okay. Pretty much on the same page on this one. All right, this is going to be a fun one, guys. I always like the Stadium Stampede matches. Right now, it's going to be the Best Friends the Lucha Brothers, Orange Cassidy, and Eddie Kingston will take on the Bullet Club and the Blackpool Club, whatever you call it, the BCC, and 3 members of their choice. But just recently, there's been another development. Ray Phoenix, unfortunately, will not be making it over to London because of travel issues. So, my big question is, who's going to be his replacement? The only person that would make sense is maybe Pac, but still, there's a lot of holes to fill in here, Joe.
Yeah, I guess Phoenix couldn't jump that high fence enough to make it over that far. It's okay to go over to the America side illegally, but I guess he couldn't swim that far.
Well, you know what? It's easier to jump over a fence as opposed to jump over an ocean.
Hey.
Yeah, he's got
Come on, Lance. Let's hit it out. Let's get this out of the way.
Joe at SkulldrumsRealm.com.
Okay. You know, that's becoming popular on my streams now. Terry pops that up and everybody repeats it. I didn't even say nothing when I'm on the. I curse a fucking storm. But anyway, let me go. This, you know, I look at this match. I look at the participants. And who's on the Blackpool Combat Club side? I see you got the 3, but there's the 3 others shaded out.
Well, they have 3. They can pick 3 of their choice. I'm guessing sometime tonight on Dynamite they'll show their 3 guys.
I'm gonna tell you right now that that's gonna be the difference maker, because you got 2 jabronis and Orange Cassidy. You got, you know, whatever masked dude won, and then you got Eddie Kingston. Wow.
Come on, Ray Phoenix and Penta El Zero.
Come on.
What's the other jabroni's name? Not Phoenix, the other one.
Penta El Zero.
Okay, Penta El Zero. Make sure he has his visa ready. But
surprisingly, I guess he does.
It's like Team Jabroni on one side, because Eddie Kingston is wasted already. You got Orange Cassidy, which I have somewhat respect for because he is the international champion. And then you got the best friends who could be best buddies backstage. We don't know. Taking on the Bad Cock Club. So I got to say BCC is going to win this, honestly. If they pull out, I would not be surprised if they pulled out somebody from England. So I could see them putting the wild card and pulling out somebody. Maybe even, I don't know how bad of injured he is, but I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Bryan is added to this.
No, he is not. He is out. He had his arm surgically repaired. He'll be out for several more months.
Yeah.
Okay. So then again, I'm predicting they're going to grab some people that are going to surprise. I'm just going to either pop up as new members of Dynamite AEW, or it's going to be a shocker. It's not going to be the average jabronis. No. So we're going to see something. If they add some people who are going to shock us, then obviously they're going to go over. Looking at the other Team Jabronis, no, I think the BCC, regardless, is going to walk away with this.
All right. Now, Lance, the Stadium Stampede matches, these have always been entertaining. They've always been fun. So I think regardless who's going to be in it or who's not going to be in it, I definitely expect this to be another, great match.
Absolutely. I'm also saying Blackpool Combat Club wins, but because somebody who's very nice, very evil has kind of implicated that he's going to show up, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm wondering what the hell Danhausen's going to show up and do and then fuck off.
Well, if it was me, I'll tie him to a crate of fucking tea and let him sink into the British Ocean. Jolly good show, my boy.
Somebody's getting cursed. Somebody's getting cursed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Stadium Stampede, AEW announced earlier today at Fight Forever will have the Stadium Stampede free to download within the next 24 hours. So if you guys who have Fight Forever, you will be able to get the Stadium Stampede. I believe it's an online fight. I'm hoping it's offline because I'm really not an online fighting type of guy. Yeah. Never have been. So, but either way, like I said, back to the Stadium Stampede. regardless who wins or who loses, you're probably right, guys. I'm guessing more Blackpool Combat Club will probably be will take the win on this one. And now next we have it's like they're calling the Golden Club Elite or the Golden Elite Club. It's Kenny Omega. It's got Hangman Page and Ida Kabushi, and they'll be taking on my God, don't mind me. Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Kenoshi Takeshita.
God bless you.
Yeah. And this is just going to be just basic trios match. Again, this is another feud that's kind of gone back and forth for several weeks. Ibushi pretty much just been recently added in. Not sure exactly why they brought him in. I'm guessing, I don't have really an answer for that one. But if I had to do a pick, I'm really wondering if Bullet Club Gold is going to get this one, Lance.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Bullet Club Gold too, because they've been kind of on a little bit of a hot streak when it comes to these trios and 8-mans.
Yeah. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to look at Bullet Club.
Bullet Club Gold.
Gold. Yes.
Okay, we're all fucking up, so it's not just me.
Yeah, fuck these people and their fucking names.
Jabronis.
Yeah, Jabroni. We lost so many good people, and we lost the Iron Sheik saying Jabroni. But yeah, you look at the other Jabronis in this match. Honestly, it's just Bullet Club lacking gold. Yeah, it makes you wonder with the BCC. I wonder if Saraya is going to be backstage for them. She's gonna say, "Hi guys, you guys are the big cock club. Can I have you guys?" I'm surprised Saraya won't be there for that. So,
not if Renee Paquette has anything to say about it.
Oh fuck! Can you imagine though? They slice and Moxley just slices and dices her and
God.
Then again, Renee's too busy making sure Zoe stays away from Moxley.
Yeah. So Renee's gonna be too tied up worrying about Zoe. So.
All right, and then we're gonna have the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It's gonna be FTR versus the Young Bucks. Honestly, guys, as much as I love FTR, I think the Young Bucks are gonna take this one. Joe, your thoughts?
You know what? I 100% agree. And with the road rage incident that Cash Wheeler had, that might be the factor of them taking the belts off these guys. Honestly, I can see that being one of the reasons they take the belt off of them. I love FTR. I think they are the best tag team in the business today. So, honestly, I gotta say, I would hate to see the Bucks win this, because they've held the belts so many times and their reigns now are becoming lackluster. I would love to see FTR keep the belt and somebody else takes it off of them. But knowing what happened with Cash Wheeler, I think this match is going to be one of the best tag team matches. This will be the best tag team match of the night. So I don't want to see the Bucks win this. They've held too many titles. I'm just hoping I'm just gonna predict FTR because I really love those guys.
Staying loyal.
The Bucks. Yeah, I gotta stay loyal. I think this situation with Cash Wheeler is just gonna blow off. He didn't hurt no one. He can always claim partial insanity. So I just say no. Keep the belts on these guys. They are your best tag team, and you don't want to piss them off. Because then there's always Vince calling.
Well, they even said that at the end of the year when their contract's up, they're going to take a vacation. They've absolutely said it on the podcast. They've even said it on the show, on TV, that this is their last year from AEW for now anyway. Lance, over to you. Your thoughts.
Now, this is going to be again, another candidate for match of the night, and definitely the tag match of the night.
Yep.
But as much as I mean, I'm a little torn on this one too, because granted, FTR has had a long run with the belts, but why's it got to be the fucking Bucks?
Exactly. Well, honestly, before you continue, what other tag teams are there?
Well,
I honestly,
we
I don't.
actually have a couple. You got the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
Like I said, what other tag
Well,
teams?
I mean, right now, those are the popular tag teams. I know you don't care for Best Friends, but again, they've never really been championship quality.
Huh?
And the funny thing is, for a while, they actually, I mean, you look at, the Gun Club. They've actually won the titles in the past for a very short time. I'm just trying to think of other tag teams. I think that eventually wound up leaving because they never got the shot for champions. Let's see.
I know there's talk of bringing back Santana and Ortiz.
Santana has been out on injury.
Yeah.
So yes, I would like to see them get a tag championship run.
Yeah.
But you also, of course, have the Lucha Brothers, who have won the titles countless of times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we don't want to see them again.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, who have we seen who's in there that hasn't had a championships? And I think even the Acclaimed even won the championships.
Yeah.
The Gun Club has won it. So
yeah.
that's.
So I think that's the issue. Is it's really been, there's a small pool of tag teams that's already had it. I think the only tag teams that haven't won is Best Friends, and I think that's about it. So it's kind of a hard draw. So.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a hard draw because when you look at everybody else,
all right,
we don't. Go ahead. Let's get past them.
Now we are on for the main event, and that is MJF, who will take on Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. I'm not really sure what to make of this. I mean, the last match that they had, the singles match, was great. It went all the way to the end, so nobody really won, nobody lost. Obviously, MJF retained. And then they went on to that the blind tag team contest, where they wound up being kind of like the odd couple to the Best Friends, and it was kind of a very weird storyline. It almost teased that MJF was going to be a babyface, but Lance, when it comes to MJF, you never know when he's going to turn again.
Exactly, and he honestly, in my opinion, works better heel. Now, I think that we got the whole Kingdom angle with Adam Cole in this too. I kind of think we're going to see a heel turn for Adam Cole.
That's what I'm seeing.
Where the Kingdom comes down, and then you'll hear Shivani and Taz go, "Oh no, they're going to try to cost him," which that kind of distracts MJF, which gets Adam Cole the win. And we'll see the rematch probably Sunday.
At All Out.
Yeah.
Which, for the record, I'm not going to be buying another pay-per-view. I purchased this one, and I usually don't have problems buying AEW pay-per-views because they're spread out.
Back to back, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. That's $100. Like, I ain't got $100. And real quick over to the chat room. Terry 3G first said AEW's had enough male to females to make quite a few tag teams. I agree. And Terry also said Joseph works better as a heel and Lance works as a face. Just saying.
Damn right, I love being a heel. If you can't be a heel, it's not fun being in wrestling.
Well,
that's
Joe,
why I say the shit that I say.
Now, what's your pick for this the main event?
Honestly, I'm gonna still say MJF. I think you're going to see the heel turn of Adam Cole. Adam Cole's going to be the one that legitimately is going to be the one that turns on MJF. Because, come on, folks, we've seen this so many times. We've seen, MJF go. He befriended Jericho, and then he turned on Jericho. He did it to other people. Boom, boom, boom. It's no. We need to really see somebody else turn heel and make MJF look stupid, and maybe get a win without it. Here's another thing too. Isn't not MJF, Adam Cole's best friend still upset with him?
Yeah.
That could be a big deciding factor in this match as well.
Oh, yeah. What's his fucking name?
Robert.
Robert Strong.
Yep.
So that is another possibility. He could be a factor that could actually cost him a championship, which will, those two will be a feud. So definitely. Here's another thing, and I know you guys really might not want to hear it, but could MGF be holding on his championship for CM Punk?
No.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. Because you got the whole Punk has the quote real world championship and all this bullshit. And well, that screams ladder match to find the real one.
Yeah, we have seen that in the past, Joe, where we have had two wrestlers have a championship that says I'm the champion, and they usually have to settle it in a ladder match.
Yeah, but you would need to have one of them turn babyface, and again, also,
well,
goes
CM
by,
Punk technically is a babyface. He's just, he's just a crying
he's just
bitch.
an asshole. Yeah. I think what you're gonna see, I don't think they're gonna do anything in that sort and give him that big of an ego boost. I think what we're gonna see is basically MJF retain it and just leave it like that. Right now MJF is the man. He has everything that you want in a champion. Can cut a promo, can work. He actually uses, and again, folks, Google or go to YouTube and look Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko and MJF. I actually looked up some of Larry's matches from the AWA in the 80s. My God, it's him and MJF. MJF is a far better worker, but hell, these guys are exactly the same. They are legitimately, if you look at the characters, look at the way it's done, it is both that they are basically the same character. Great promo, even though Larry Zbyszko says the same shit over and over, but it's still, you look it up, they do the same thing, and I think that's a big factor for me. That's why I said MJF, he is the guy who's going to have to carry this belt for a while. There really isn't anybody big, in my opinion. Adam Cole is okay, but yeah, I don't think, Rick, at this moment, anybody on that roster, even CM Punk, is not worthy of holding that belt at this time. So I'm going to say MJF is just going to keep that title.
All right. So, now that's going to be our picks for this week. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I cannot wait for this Sunday. This Sunday pay-per-view, I have very high expectations. Usually when I watch WWE, it's like, okay, fine, whatever. And if a match is good, I'll be shocked. When it comes to AEW pay-per-views, 99 out of 100 times, I can say, wow, that was fucking worth it. And when it comes to All In, I really hope they do deliver. So, Joe, if you have any other expectations, for thoughts of on All In?
Yeah, you know what? I just can't wait to see Soraya walk away with everything all in and walk with a funny walk. And what the hell was wrong with you? I had several cocks in me. So I could see her walking away with the best cream award.
I had to ask.
You had to ask.
CollinsRound.com.
Well, then, I see possibly Nyla Rose walking away with best balls, and everybody else is going to be like, okay, we can't beat that. But
Is this going to
honestly,
be AEW All In, or is this another All In show that you are talking about?
no,
Is this on a certain another platform, a certain hub?
Yeah, starts with the letter P. But no, you know what? I'm just Josh and trying to prolong this danger here. Um, Honestly, the way I see it, I hope this is going to be a good show. I've never been disappointed with AEW as far as their shows are concerned, and I really want to see something go. I really want to see this show really go off. I hope they get a very good audience for London, because remember, the only biggest company that's there who drew the biggest live gate was WWE. So if these guys can literally bring the that amount, a huge crowd, Rick, that's going to be worth it for them. Then they're going to say, then they could be all the same level as WWE.
I'm not sure they're going to be on the same level as WWE. Obviously, they'd be, that huge numbers, but, they're still going to have to get that weekly ratings. They're still going to have the huge sponsors. And right now, as much as I love AEW, they're nowhere near WWE. And to be honest with you, I kind of like them that they're almost a secondary show, because I don't know. With WWE, it's all sugar coated. Every wrestler is, a WWE flavor. Even whatever company they were with. Look at Cody Rhodes. Even when Cody Rhodes was out, he may have like the American Nightmare gimmick, but that's all he has, a gimmick. Everything else is just like WWE flavor. And I don't know if you agree with it or disagree with me, Lance.
Yeah, and I'm also looking forward to this because finally an AEW show that's not ending at damn near midnight.
Yeah, no kidding. So I'm just
probably about 6 or 7.
All right, folks. So we're gonna wrap up this edition of Hardcore Wrestling Rants. I want to take this time to thank everyone who's supported HWR. If you're a first-time listener, please take a second and hit that subscription button to support HWR. Keep up with the latest. If you want to keep up the latest news and rumors, be sure to check out our chat room on Facebook, Wrestling Rants. So, Joe, you're over at Skull and Realms. Tell everybody about it.
And if you're still here and you're not offended, then you're definitely going to be a longtime fan. You can check me out. Just do the hashtag Skulljune's Realm. I am on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Right now, my kick, K-I-C-K, not the K-I-K one, is for some reason people are having problems posting on it. But yeah, you can check me on those platforms. I do games from yesterday to today. I do from PC to console. And Rick, while the new game, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, came out, and everybody knows that's how my reviews on it, which were it's just another skin of Resident Evil Resistance. I can honestly say, I'm gonna do another Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. The first one that came out for the Atari 2600.
I played that one.
Yeah, so I have that one. I will be posting that up soon, and everybody can get a chance to see it. For a limited game, I think I have more fun than when playing the other one, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre PC game. So, but you folks can check that out again through the hashtag Skulljune's Realm.
And all right, Lance, you're over at Lance Boss TV. What do you got going on over there?
Well, right now it's just every Tuesday night we go live on Lance Boss TV and Friends at 7:05 Central, 8:05 Eastern, where we shoot the shit for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. The insanity ensues.
And there you have it. So, for everyone here at Hardcore Wrestling Rants, I am your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying, we'll see you when we see you.
For the shirt!